So, are we strong enough to kill one of these things yet?
Oh, are we ever?
Can we see some numbers? Yes!
So some of those numbers might look a little weird, like Vanille's HP, but yeah, as you can see, we are now at 100% power.
Everyone's got all the nodes.
Everyone has every node in everything, and now we're gonna go murder some fucking Adamantoise.
I think it's actually slightly impressive that the game manages to remain challenging at that level, although that could just as easily mean that they balanced everything around you having max stats, and getting there is just an enormous grind. It's equally likely.
Alright, so let's go ahead and just briefly run down how you fight these guys. So, as you can see, you can target each of his two legs in addition to the head itself, and that's what you want to do. After you deal enough damage to quote-unquote kill both of his legs, he will fall down, and then at that point you can attack the head.
Can you straight up not hit the head from the ground? Do you have to use like long range stuff?
Yes, you have to use long-range stuff to hit his head from the ground. So...
yeah. I'm sure there's some mechanical enforcement of this, but how will, like, if they actually made it so that trying to just straight up kill the head from the ground while the legs are alive is pointless? I mean, is there actually anything enforcing that beyond the fact that there's only so many attacks that you can take?
Not really. I mean, the big thing is that when you knock off both of its legs, it will fall over and be completely helpless. That's really the big thing.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, actually, can you stagger the head while it's... because that sounds like something that they would do, is they'd make it unstaggerable. Did we ever find this out?
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
I mean, all I know for sure is that fighting these things, well, max stats aside, trying to keep up with doing damage to these things while also it's attacking you is quite difficult. Hence the whole idea where you've got to disable it, then go on the offensive. But as I recall, there is at least some measures in place to make it unfeasible to just straight up try and kill the head without taking out the legs.
Yeah, you'll notice I'm using a lot of spells on it. That's because, if you get stomped on it, not only do you take damage from the stomp itself, but you also take a bonus damage from, like, 5,000 damage?
Huh.
So, like, you will take significantly more if he actually steps on you, which is why I'm using a lot of magic here.
So you use one of the things that makes people back away and... yeah. Yeah, I think if you queue up an entire ATB full of spells, they do a little backflip animation. That puts them further away. So hey, it's fallen over.
So yeah, this is the... he pretty much only stays down until you can get through one stagger. That's about all you get, so you really gotta make it count.
Yeah, the procedure here is you put Deep Protect, De-Shell, and Imperil on him, then you just try disaster his shit up until he's at 999, and then you Cerberus him. Because if you do anything else, you're just not going to be efficient enough. Yeah, did we go over the way to cheese these things with death?
No. That seems like as good a time as any.
So yeah, these guys can be cheesed with death, which is great for killing them when you have a weak party. But of course, when you have a weak party, one attack from one of these guys will straight up kill you. So here's what you do. You summon an Eidolon, and straight away put it into Gestalt mode and use its invincible motherfucker attack. And for some reason, that will instantly kill the legs. So then it's down, and then you have about however many seconds it is that you have to cast Death a bunch of times. And if it works, great. If it doesn't work, restart, because you're not going to be able to summon again unless you want to burn an elixir And there are only so many of those.
But yeah, on the whole, Adamantoise are not really hard. Aside from the sheer amount of damage that they do, it's not a hard fight, it's a very straightforward one.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's one that you're kind of going to have to be doing a lot. Because I'm pretty sure we mentioned before the money grind.
Yeah, I got lucky there and got a platinum ingot on the first try.
Yeah, platinum ingots are about 1 in 4 drop rate. And they are the common drop. But the reason that you will want to do death spamming in the first place is because Adamantoises drop a whole load of CP. And they are how you will grind your guys up. Of course, there is one way you can make the CP grind a bit more efficient. Which, wouldn't you know it, segues perfectly into talking about this asshole.
So yeah, if this was just a straight fight, I would not be cheesing it with death. But this Neochoo is accompanied by 5 Pikachoos, and he will summon more of them every time you kill them. And they are nasty motherfuckers, so we're just not even gonna play that game.
Yeah, we're just gonna have Snow tank them and hold out for as long as possible and hope for a lucky cheese.
Which, fortunately, he is very good at, because, as I said, he has 30,000 HP at max, so...
Yeah. Snow at max health is actually, like, with Medaguard, is pretty good. Because he just has so much health, but the tiny percentage recovery that Medaguard gives you is really significant. Because even after you kill him, you still have to clean up these guys.
Yeah, and, again, they're not super dangerous, but...
Yeah, if you don't watch out, they can fuck you up, even after you cheese Neochoo. So, yeah, you gotta watch out for them. But as long as you stay in Delta attack and don't do anything stupid.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm doing. Just, you know, let Snow sit there and take all the hits while I kill a couple of them off, then we'll just mop them up.
Now we think about it, does Snow ever get Medaguard?
Yeah, Snow, that's one of his first abilities.
I thought his thing was that he only got Steel Guard.
No, he gets Medaguard pretty early. Which, again, is part of what makes him such a great Sentinel, because he has such a massive HP, and then he gets percentage healing on top of it.
Oh, I wasn't sure. Like, for some reason I had it in my head that Snow was like the guy who had Steel Guard, and then Fang was the one who had Medaguard. You know. Yeah, there we go. I guess that pretty definitively solves that then.
But yeah, like, you can watch, like, he is actually healing more than those guys are inflicting, even with, like, 3 of them hitting him at once.
Yeah. And of course, note how long it's taking to finish off the other guys. Like, if you want, you really don't want to be trying to do this while also fighting Neochoo. Because, you know, imagine this while constantly getting hit for thousands and thousands of damage all the time. Just doesn't work. So, now we get the thing.
We do. This is a very important thing for CP grinding. This is the Growth Egg.
It's a classic Final Fantasy item. It doubles your CP.
And it's also a massive pain in the ass to get, because, again, even if you do go in and get that death on the first shot, you still gotta clean up all the other little assholes.
So yeah, the classic CP grinding strategy is to get yourself the growth egg and then cheese Adamantoises. And eventually you can actually pretty easily get strong enough to be able to deal with Adamantoises. But eventually it's just not enough.
Yeah, unfortunately, the fact of the matter is that your stats that you get from the Crystarium are really... Like, it's not to say they don't help, because they do, especially with HP, but at the end of the day, the big thing you need is the upgraded weapons and equipment.
And for those, you're gonna need money. So you're gonna have to keep on fighting Adamantoises long after you have no more use for all the jillions and jillions of CP that they're going to drop for you. So have fun with that. Good news is that they still have a 1% drop for trapezohedrons.
Like I said, and even one of those is 2 million gold saved, so...
Of course, as I believe I alluded to earlier, later we're going to see how the game still even manages to dick you over even further regarding those things.
So yeah, right now we're gonna go ahead and finish off that last hunt for the circle. And we'll finally see what trick the game has up its sleeve for that.
I bet it's something really, really dumb. Also, I just noticed that monster and I recognize it and just fuck my life.
Yeah. Yeah, do you remember the guy from Titan's Trials who was like dual cast Eroga and Ruinga? Yeah, we're gonna fight two of them at once.
Yeah. So this is going to be an enormous grind. I mean, even by this game's standards. So this sounds like a fun way to spend an hour.
Yeah, this took me about 4 or 5 tries to actually get a good run of them.
Well, thank God for the humble art of editing the video. Can you at least kill them in one stagger when you're at ludicrous power?
Not really. I mean, as you can see, they stagger at like 130%, which means you're starting at like 200%. So it's going to take a minimum of 2 army of 1s to get him up to...
Yeah, you get him up to 999 and... I don't know, this should be in pretty alright shape. Yeah.
That one went better. But yeah, when there's 2 of them, you can't do that.
Ah, because you've also got to focus on defending from the other one.
Well, not only that, but you also can't do it because Cerberus will split your commandos.
Ah, yes, of course, the incredible AI problem.
So yeah, nothing happened.
Hmm.
Guess we'll have to look into that next time.
Oh well. When in doubt, turn it off and on again.